If you want to speak English, you need to practice your speaking. Train your speaking ability by repeating out loud these sentences. It is power repeat time.
The first thing I would say is, well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. It's like the first thing you want to do is dispense with the idea you get to have any permanent security. Outside of your ability to contend and adapt. It's the same issue with children. You're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. You might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. Don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking.
Yeah,
and if you're miserable in your job now and you change nothing, in 5 years you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older. Well, I don't remember now, I'm not talking about what makes you happy. It's a luxury to pursue what makes you happy. It's a moral obligation to pursue what you find meaningful. And that doesn't mean it's easy. It might require sacrifice. If you need to change your job too, let's say you have a family, children, and a mortgage, you have responsibilities. You've already picked up those responsibilities. You don't just get to walk away scot-free and say, well, I don't like my job, I quit. That's no strategy. But what you might have to do is you think, well, this job is killing my soul. All right, so what do I have to do about that? Well, I have to look for another job. Well, no one wants to hire me. It's like, okay, maybe you need to educate yourself more. Maybe you need to update your curriculum vitae, your resume. Maybe you need to overcome your fear of being interviewed. Maybe you need to sharpen your social skills. You have to think about these things strategically. If you're going to switch careers, you have to do it like an intelligent, responsible person. That might take you a couple of years of effort to do properly. I think it's more important to have an ethos, an ethic. So I have a program, for example, called the Future Authoring Program, which is a writing program that enables people to develop a vision for their life and then to develop a strategy. You should figure out, well, if you could have what you needed and wanted, what would it be? What sort of friends would you have? What would your family relationships look like? How would you conduct yourself with your children? How would you educate yourself? You need to think through how it is that your life could be properly arranged. If you had that ability, and then you can aim at that. That if you do posit a goal of that sort, and work towards it, you will move towards it. I've dealt with hundreds of people in my clinical and consulting practice, and we set a goal, we develop a vision, and work towards it. Things inevitably get better for people. It's not a luxury, it's difficult. It's a moral responsibility. And it isn't happiness. It's not, the pursuit isn't for happiness.
That's it. Thanks for exercise. Subscribe Power Repeat channel to give me extra motivation for creating new exercises. And remember to like this video if you appreciate this kind of learning.